Okay, normally on the first episode of a new season, I'd show you all of the transfers and stuff that have gone on, but we didn't get the Mbappe money. I did all that on the last episode. There are no new transfers. So instead of that, we're going to do the long-awaited poll. You'll see there's a poll up in one of the corners somewhere right now where you can tell me what match view you prefer in Football Manager 2018. There are three options. There's a sideline view, which we used for like the first 5 episodes of this series. There's the TV view, which we've been using for the last 5-ish episodes of this series. And by popular demand, I'm also including 2D view as an option. This poll isn't necessarily going to be binding, but it will go a long way towards helping me decide what camera view to use when I start the series for the main game release that are going to start coming out from this weekend. So make sure you head up into one of those corners now and vote in the poll. It's important stuff. Hello and welcome to part 8 of my Football Manager 2018 beta save with Monaco. I'm Kev, and coming up on this episode, we're going to do 2 games. We would normally do transfers in a game, but we haven't got any transfers to show you. It's just the 3. If you want proof, here's your proof. No, that's the wrong screen. There you go. We just brought in those 3 players. We sold a few. Mbappe went, obviously, because he has to, but we didn't actually get any money coming for him. So they were transfers. So we're going to play away against Metz and then at home against Lille. That's who they are, isn't it? Lille? It is Lille. Excellent. So we're just going to get straight into that and do football matches and stuff. And hopefully our new signings are going to make a significant difference to our chances of success this year. Remember, we need to get started effectively. Paris Saint-Germain had an unbeaten season last year, apparently. And I want to try and keep pace with them, because this is going to be the last season of this save. If we're going to win the league, we've got to do it this season. So the team for today's game, we've got Subasic in goal, a back four of Sidibe, Jemison, Manolas and Toure, with Facer, Fabinho and Moutinho in midfield, and then Mesut Ozil in behind Falcao and Belotti up front. So all 3 of the new men are here in key positions. I mean, it looks like a really, really strong team. We're away against Metz. I'd like to think we're going to start the season with a bang. Over the course of this episode, I guess I should show you all the different camera angles that we're voting on as well. So if you're still not sure what you're voting on in the poll, you at least get the opportunity to have a little vote or a little look at them before you have your vote. So we're going to start things off with the TV view that we've been using recently, and then we'll switch at half time to one of the other views, and then we'll switch, and then we'll switch, and we'll show you different views. This screen seems to be staying on here for an awfully long time. Let's get into the dressing room. Team talk done. Jovetic, I mean, yes, we miss Jovetic. Now we've signed Belotti. We kind of don't need Jovetic, certainly not as a regular first teamer anymore. So this is the TV view. I really like this view. I think it gives us a good view of the ball. It allows us to show off the shiny new 3D graphics engine, and I think it looks really, really cool. But there have been quite a few people down in the comments saying they're not really that keen on that view. So if that ends up being what the majority think, then we'll have a look at some of the other views as well. Mesut Ozil was already injured. We didn't spend a massive amount of money on him, £30-ish million. He has forced Thomas Lemar out of the team for the first game of the season, but has now picked up a potential groin injury. Marvellous. So the Mesut Ozil experiment might not last very long. I mean, we'll try and keep him on for the early little. I want to see him do something special, and then we'll take him off. There you go. He's got an assist. He assists Belotti. Is it even shown as an assist? Or was he tackled and it fell to Belotti? Either way, Belotti scores on his debut. Ozil was involved, and we might actually be able to take Ozil off now. So okay, so Ozil was just getting in the mix, but ended up getting tackled, but it fell nicely to Belotti, who justifies his big money arrival. He was the big expensive signing of the summer, and we need him to do that a lot. Lots of goals from him. Oh, we need to change the view. Change the view, Kev. Change the view. So we're going to go to sideline view. We might have to adjust the camera a little bit. I can't remember what height we had the cam. And there you go. That looks absolutely spot on. Sideline view. I mean, we can zoom it a little bit. We could go down to there, maybe zoom in a little bit, or we could come out super far. But I think it was fine where it was. Yeah, dead in the middle, like that. That's how I like sideline view. This is how I tend to play when I'm playing, when the camera's not on, I do my sideline view like this, because I think this gives you the best of both worlds between the old 2D view that we all loved so much and a little bit of 3D stuff. So you can see most of the pitch, like we've got the full half of the pitch on screen now. You can see how the players are lining up, but you're not just looking at dots. And when Anna walks in on me and says, "What are you doing? You're just looking at them dots again," I can say, "No, I'm not looking at dots. Look, there's an actual football match going on. We're in the future. I'm a real football manager." And just the ability to be able to do that is worth me playing on sideline. Right, let's bring Lamar on for Ozil. It's the only change we're going to make right now. We're just really trying to protect Ozil. We're 1-0 up. We're not playing as well as I'd hoped, but let's get Thomas Lamar back into the mix. There has been a lot of interest in Lamar over the summer, and I'm not against selling him, but I do want big money for him. I think we've had the highest offer was a £60 million offer from Bayern Munich, and he's not kicking off. He doesn't want to go necessarily. So I'm thinking, let's see how high we can push that. And because if he goes, I want us to be able to buy a spectacular replacement for him. I don't know who the spectacular replacement is likely to be, but I don't just want to let him go for the sake of letting him go because we've now signed Ozil. Just make that change for now and give it another 10 minutes and do another little switch up. I don't know why the league table has disappeared completely. We'll stick that back on next time we've got a highlight on the screen. Not that we really need it at this early on in the season, but I'll forget to turn it on at the end of the season if I don't turn it on now. There you go. Bit of a league table as well. I'm spoiling you today with all these graphical touches. Belotti's in behind, drives it across goal, falls to Falcao. Falcao again. And a bit of a sniff of offside there. I don't know how it got back to him. I think it's Lamar who's getting involved in the middle there. But I guess he wasn't offside. So Belotti got in behind and then shoots, really. He's not playing that across goal or towards you. Falcao does play it back to Lamar, but Lamar doesn't actually touch it. Similar to the first one, we get a little bit of a luck with a slide tackle coming through Lamar, which gives it back to Falcao. If it had been Lamar, Falcao's definitely offside. But as it is, our new superstar strike force has a goal each, and our two attacking midfield options have been involved, albeit being tackled. But, they've been involved. That's the important thing. Lamar out to Sidibe. Can he whip in across? He does. First time of asking, and Falcao has missed a little bit of a sitter there. And let's make our final substitution back over onto the tactics screen. And we'll take off Manolas. I don't know. How do we say his name, everybody? Get Glick on. Because I like Glick. Glick will probably feel a little bit hard done by that he's not in the team at the start of the season, just like Lamar probably would as well. And Jovetic when he's fit. It's not that we had a bad season. We finished particularly strongly. But we did need to strengthen in these key areas to allow us to push on and hopefully challenge for the title this year. And I think that's what we've done. And Falcao heads across goal. Belotti can't get there, but Lamar does tuck away the rebound after a bit of pinball in the penalty area there. It fell to Toure, who just squared it to Lamar, who tucks it away. 3-0. Lamar knows he's going to need to be on form this year if he's going to keep Mesut Ozil out of this side. And Belotti, I'll tell you what, very impressed with Belotti so far. He's been involved in everything we've got going forward. And he was suggested down in the comments at the start of last year, and I kind of thought, it's a lot of money for a striker. I don't really know if I want him. Let's buy a few midfielders we don't really need instead. I wonder how different last season might have been if we'd have had Belotti rather than Berger and Koric, who we didn't really... certainly they were never starters for us. I hold my hands up. Last summer's transfer business was a little bit iffy. This year, I think, was a little bit special. We win 3-0. It doesn't put us top of the league, though, because Saint Etienne are up to no good and have probably won by a bigger margin than we did. 5-1 against the team we're playing next, Lille. Excellent. Hopefully we'll see a few more goals and 2 more camera angles in that game. 2 changes for the Lille game. Then Lamar comes in for Ozil. Ozil drops down to the bench. He's what did he do? Did his groin or something? Pulled groin. He's only out for another day. He could play. Doesn't seem any point in playing him when we could bring Thomas Lamar into the team. So Lamar stays in the team. I like the fact we've got these little partnerships forming all throughout the team already. And Congola comes back in at left back, moving Sidibe over to right back, and Toure drops down to the bench. Let's submit this team. Make sure we switch to a 2D view, which I'm no doubt going to forget to do. So I'm going to keep talking about it so that I remember. Here we go. So let's have the 2D Classic. I'm going to have to adjust the zoom on this because since the update came out that allowed you to zoom on it, I still haven't looked at 2D Classic at all. So I don't know how good it looks now. Yeah, we're not going to do any more transfers. Let's just get into the game. I mean, it feels like going back in time going onto this mode. Does that zoom it in a bit more? There we go. So we've zoomed in as far as we can zoom in. I don't know if I can bring myself to go back to this, even if it wins the vote. I know it's really popular with some of you, not necessarily all of you. A lot of people have said that they prefer the new views that we've been playing around with. And obviously for 2 years, most of what we've done on the channel has been 2D. But here's a little secret. For the several years before I started doing YouTube, I didn't do 2D. I only started doing 2D because you lot asked me to in the first place. And I don't know if that's going to be enough of a reason to do it anymore, because even with the added zoom, it doesn't look as good as that 3D, does it? We've not got enough room to fit these bits on at the side either. I don't know if that's is that 'cause I'm zoomed in so far. So to be able to see the pitch properly, we've got to really squash this up or zoom the pitch out a little bit. It just still doesn't feel quite right. League table still doesn't display properly all the time, which is just silly. I want to be able to see that a little bit better. So hopefully it does go transparent when the ball comes down that end, I think. We're only going to do one half on 2D, and then we're going to try... We may as well try the data analyst view as well, which was I think that was supposed to be the 2D killer, the data analyst view. So we'll have a look at that as well, which I've only done for like quarter of a match on stream the day the beta came out, so it's probably only fair that we have a little bit of a look at it, and then we'll do we've already put the poll on screen at the start, but you know, you can adjust your vote. I think the poll's still there up in the corner. If you haven't had your say yet and you want to have your say, let me know down in the comments why you voted the way you voted, and once I've made a decision, we'll stick to it. Then this will be the last video where we're messing around with it. And then we'll certainly, when the new series start next week. Change. When the new series start next week, we will very much be settled on the way we're going to do things. So, data analyst is the last option, which, I mean, it's quite a cool view. I know it makes it quite hard to see the ball though, which is feedback that I've had from a few people when they've tried to use this for themselves. I mean, the ground is pretty much empty. Oh, by the way, we're not playing at our own ground at the moment because it's being renovated. It's getting an extra 15,000 seats or something, so we're going to be playing at Nice all season this season. And we have a penalty all the way down there. Can anyone see it? Fabinho to take and scores 1-0. See, the team didn't like the 2D view. They refused to perform on that one. In all the other views, they've scored goals. 2D, no goals for Monaco. There you go. You can even see the colour of Fabinho's boots now. And that was a very weird old man walk-run celebration that he did there, which obviously is what the cool kids are doing these days, and I just haven't noticed it. Right, we're going to take off Facer because he's picked up a knock. I'm not sure what the knock was. Let's have a little look. Facer has a potential knee injury, so we'll take him off. Get Tielemans on, and I know that's not the best combination of that midfield, but you know, Fabinho can play there quite effectively. It gets Tielemans into the team again, and still not as the playmaker that he will be eventually, but at least he's on, and Fabinho can do a job as the regista. And Fabinho's in! I don't know why he's that far forward. He's supposed to be playing very deep for us now, but I guess that was before the substitution. I'll let him off then. He was still in box-to-box midfielder mode, searching for his second goal of the game. And I think we have another substitution in the offing. And after a super-duper performance in the first game, Belotti, not quite so impressive today. Jovetic still not fit though, but we have got Keita Baldi, who I think we'll bring him on for Falcao. Just to keep... We want to get Belotti used to playing in our system, used to playing with those people around him. So we'll give him the opportunity to have 20 minutes with Baldi and see how Baldi's gotten over the summer. He was another one who, if we'd have had a decent offer for him, I was willing to let Keita Baldi leave, but we didn't get an offer at all. In fact, my assistant manager suggested we offer him a new contract because he could do a job for one of our affiliate clubs. Well, I'm not in the business of doing a job for our affiliate clubs. Baldi needs to do a job for us or move on. But it seems even the game is telling me neither of them are likely to happen. We're going to take off Belotti now, bring on Carrillo. And we will play him that way around, actually. When Carrillo scored his goals towards the end of last season, it was usually when he was playing as the complete forward on support. So I'll let him play in that position if that's where he plays best. I'm a little bit disappointed after seeing Saint Etienne destroy Lille on the opening day of the season, for us to only be 1-0 up at full time nearly. I don't know, I thought we had more firepower in us this year, but Tielemans out to Carrillo to Fabinho, Moutinho, Carrillo again. Lamar hits the post, I think. We're so high up here on the data analyst blimp that I couldn't actually tell if we hit the post or not. And we get a corner. Tielemans, no, it's not even Tielemans. Was it Fabinho next to him? And now Lille have got a little bit of a break on, and if they equalise here, that's going to be dirty. But Congolo gets across and makes the challenge. I'm really disappointed with how few of our fans have made the journey over to Nice. What's the point of expanding the ground? Nice isn't that far away from Monaco, is it? I've looked at a map. I know where Nice is. Right, Tielemans to Fabinho via Congolo. And what on earth was that pass? And now they're in behind us again with men in the middle ready for the cross. And we can't tell what happened because the league table's in the way. Goodness me, we can't win with that league table. It's either not there or blocking the goal. Let's move it in just a little bit. Sadibé clears. I still can't get hold of the league table. I can't make it any smaller. We just won't ever know what's going on. It just means goals won't count. If I score at that end, it won't count. And I might not even notice anyway, based on previous experience. Right, Congolo. Now we have a break on. Loads of space for him to run into. We've got, I'm not sure who that is in the middle. And the cross doesn't make it through to them anyway. And it's full time. We've won our first 2 games of the season, which is all we could possibly have asked for. Belotti's now demotivated. Well, if that's how you're going to be, son, you're not going to last here very long. But the important thing is we're top of the league. I know we've played 2 games and no one else has, but forget all that. We're top of the league. We're Paris Saint-Germain. They only drew their first game of the season. Let's just keep... If we stay ahead of them on points all year, we'll win the league. See, I mean, that's a proper footballing insight for you there. Don't forget to vote in the poll to let me know which of the 4 different camera angles you preferred. And as I say, we'll start making decisions on what we're going to be using for the main series. Once I see those and with conversations I'm having with people down in the comments, I'm just going to go back to the TV view for tomorrow's episode while we give you a chance to vote on that poll. But when the new series start next week, it will be on whatever we decide on. If you've enjoyed today's episode, please make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.